Welcome to your first chess lesson. I hope you're excited about learning this amazing game that's played all over the world. We're going to get busy right away with setting up our chessboard. Hopefully you have a board in front of you. The first thing you need to do is find the lower right-hand corner square of the board. This corner square in the lower right-hand corner has to be a light-colored square in order to get the rest of the board set up correctly. Please position the board that way now. Next, we're going to dissect our chessboard. The vertical lines that run up and down the board are called files. Files are represented by the lowercase letters A through H. There's 8 files that run up and down your chessboard. Ranks are the horizontal lines that run from left to right across your chessboard. They're labeled with the numbers 1 through 8. Diagonal lines slice across your chessboard and make an X pattern. Diagonal lines can be very short, just 2 squares, or it can go the long vertical, which is a total of 8 squares diagonally slicing across your board. Let's start introducing you to the 6 different pieces that are in chess. The first piece we're going to talk about is the king. The king is always the tallest chess piece on a board, no matter what the set looks like. There's 2 different colored armies in the game of chess, a light colored army and a dark colored army, and they're going to do battle against one another. The light colored army always starts by setting up on the first and the second ranks of the board. The dark colored army will always start by setting up on the 7th and the 8th ranks of the board. Next, we're going to introduce a stout piece that looks like part of a castle. It's called a rook. Rooks go in the 4 corners of the board. The white rooks go on the 1st rank, the black rooks go on the 8th rank. Placed next to each rook is the most intricate piece on the chessboard. It looks like the head of a horse, but in chess it's called a knight. Next to each knight we place the bishop. The bishop usually has a slot cut out of the top of the piece. What kingdom would be complete without a king and a queen? The queens go right next to the king in the center of the board. The light-colored queen goes on a light-colored square. The dark-colored queen will go on a dark-colored square. Each queen goes on her own color. We complete the starting position by putting the white pawns on the 2nd rank in front of each piece, and dark pawns on the 7th rank in front of each piece. We're going to finish our lesson today by talking about how the king and pawn move. The king can move 1 square in any direction. He can move vertically up, down, he can move horizontally to the left or to the right, or he can move diagonally, but he can only move 1 square on his turn. So the king, while the most valuable piece in the game, is not the fastest moving piece in the game. Pawns are only able to go 1 or 2 squares on their first move, and after that, subsequent moves, they can only go 1 square. So the first time you move a pawn off its initial starting position, you have the choice of 1 or 2 squares, but after that they can only go 1 square straight ahead. Pawns can never go backwards. Pawns, when they run into other pieces, cannot continue to move forward. Pawns captures diagonally, but only 1 square at a time diagonally in front of them. We'll talk more about how pawns capture in a future lesson, but for now just know that when a pawn runs into another piece that's straight ahead of it, the pawn cannot go anywhere, nor can it capture the piece that's straight in front of it. Good exercise for 2 players to practice today would simply be to move the pawns and their kings until the pawns can no longer move forward. We're not looking to capture any pieces here. We're not really trying to find a winner. We're just looking to move pawns on their first move 1 or 2 squares. After that, they can only move 1 square straight ahead. And remember, the king can move 1 square in any direction. The king can move backwards, forwards, side to side, and even diagonally.